One young lady, just 16, one of my teenage viewers, came to me recently asking, Mark, how do I make the boys at high school chase me? As well as how do I handle a couple of other difficult high school situations I've been dealing with? So in this video, this is especially for you. If you're one of my teenage viewers, I'm going to share with you the secrets of exactly what I told her. Don't forget, you can also download the texting guide, 12 texts to make him yours. It is absolutely free. Link is in the description, and hit the subscribe button with the little bell. I'll see you right after this. Okay, so I was speaking to this lovely young lady about her high school experience, and she was telling me that there's 3 major things she was dealing with that she wanted help with. So let me know in the comments if you can relate. Number 1, she found that the young men would chase her most when she ignored them. So she'd initially show interest, and then she found if she ignored them the next day, it was that wave pattern, interest, ignore, that would make the young men chase her the most. Number 2, she found that there was a lot of lying and cheating in the young men and in the high school relationships. Lots of cheating in the relationships and lots of lying from the men about sexual things they'd done with you. So they're making up stories to impress their guy friends, and you're on the butt of their story. And number 3, the big thing she found she was dealing with was men, or these young guys, who would make their problems your problems. So you're out on a date and they've got no money, they want you to pay. Right? They get jealous when you hang out with other guys. They want you to stop hanging out with them. So they're making their problems your problems. Chasing by ignoring, having guys cheat and lie, and guys who make their problems your problems. Let me know if you can relate to these, especially if you are a teen viewer, in the comments. Okay, so let's talk about how to make the young men chase you. Number 1, look out for which guys are most likely to gloat to their friends. A lot of high school relationships can be transactional, which means, you know, if I'm buying your phone, I give you money, I get your phone, I'm transacting through you. I'm just using you for a transaction. And in high school, we all want to be more popular, right? We all want this social currency that's super normal, but one of the things to watch out for is boys who just want to look good using you. When it comes to getting a guy who really likes you versus a guy who just wants to use you to impress his friends, have a look around the different social circles of guys and look at the ones that use women almost as social currency to show off. When you decide who you're going to date or who wants to date you for you, it's important to be aware of these guys, because the ones that are most likely to gloat and want to impress their friends are the ones that unfortunately might not be there because they actually like you for you. Bottom line, if you're looking for something real, avoid the guys who seem to want to use women as social currency. Number 2, become a natural challenge. So what the 16-year-old lady who came to me was saying is true. When you use this wave pattern, you create challenge. But how the hell do you maintain that? Are you going to ignore your boyfriend every second day to keep his interest? That's ridiculous, right? What you want to do, and this is a lifelong habit, believe me, you get this right now, you're going to love yourself for it in your 20s, make boys less of a priority. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Have priorities with your friends, have hobbies that you do. And I know this can be challenging because sometimes it's all the girls want to talk about. But one of the best ways to challenge someone in a natural way is to just put your phone away. You know, that way when your phone's on you, you can text the guys back, the boys back, but when your phone is not on you, when you're doing other things, you have other healthy priorities. Don't make boys your whole world, is the bottom line here. When you're doing other stuff, when you have things you care about more than them, you're going to have this natural challenge. You're going to naturally create these wave patterns where you're able to get back to them and then you quote unquote ignore them, but it's only because you have other priorities. Right? By creating this naturally, you'll have a life and you won't have to pretend to be high value. You'll just have the guys moving towards you because they sense you're a challenge just from you having healthy priorities. By the way, when you do this in adulthood, you will 100% have the best guys coming after you because they sense they can't win you over the way they can most women. Number 3 is have some playful responses ready. So some of those guys, some of those young men will lie about what they've done with you sexually to try to raise their social value and social currency and be more popular with their friends. Now, if you have done that, there's no shame in that. But if you haven't and they're lying about it, that can be a problem because it's not fair to you. But especially if these guys are loud and influential, It's just your word against his. If you deny it, then no one knows who's telling the truth. The better thing you can do than denying it is have some playful responses ready. So for example, one of the guy's friends says to you, oh, he told me you did this with him. Have a response like, he wishes. Ready to go, right? Maybe it comes out in a group and someone else is referencing that, oh, you did this with him, and there's a group setting. And you say, oh, that would be all his dreams come true. Or if only he were that lucky. Have those playful responses ready if a guy's making lies about sexual stuff he's done with you that isn't true. And when you do, I promise you, guys will pick easier targets to lie about with in the future. Number 4, do not let these guys, under any circumstances, put their shit on you. Okay? This is not just an important skill for now and getting good treatment now. This is going to be massive in your adult life. And I have clients in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who wish they'd learned this in their 30s. Okay, so if you get this right now, fireworks. He's broke, not your problem, right? He pays for his own food. He cheats, you can leave his sorry ass, right? If he doesn't like you spending time with other guys, 0% your problem, girl, right? You don't have to take on any responsibility for any of this because it's not your problem. And look, hopefully he learns his lesson from all this, but at the very least, he's not going to do it to you anymore and it'll be someone else's problem. And number 5, honestly, don't worry if you're not the prom queen. There's so much social competition going on at that age. There's so much comparison. The only way to win the game is to not play. Okay, just run your own race, compare yourself only to yourself, and honestly, use this time at high school to build your social skills and your people skills and put romantic skills on the back burner. By building social and people skills, I promise you're going to have the best guys chasing you in your 20s, in your 30s. You're going to not need to worry about any of this. So just focus on building up your confidence, building up your social skills, your people skills right now, having priorities other than guys, having good boundaries, and this will all fall into place. I absolutely promise you. And a little personal story, my partner was a really shy girl in high school. She didn't really put herself out there much, and I'm very proud to call her my partner now. Hey, that was my first video for teens, so let me know if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below, and if you want more topics, more answers, post them down there. I'd love to hear them, and if you enjoyed it, as I say, I'll do more. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell. Don't forget your 12 texting guide, absolutely free. And I'll see you in the next video real soon.